my lovely Sagittarians, thank you so much for tuning into your April reading with me, Lorien. It's an absolute pleasure to bring you these readings every month, and this month we're going to be using the Druidcraft Tarot, which is basically a very deep spiritual deck. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising sign, so if you're not too sure what you expect for this month, try and look at the other aspects of your chart. If it is a private reading you would like with me, I am available for private readings. If you just want to click the link to my website below, it'll take you to the tarot readings I have available, but there are other sections on the website that you can take a look at too. And also, if you'd like to be involved with the extra readings, I do have a Patreon, so you can become a patron and get access to all the free readings that I have there too as well. If you go on it now and you're not a patron, you won't be able to see any of the free readings. You'll just be able to see the previous updates there for everybody. Some people were a little bit confused by that, so yeah, the free readings are not available for everybody to see. It's only if you actually become a patron. Okay, so let's see what information I can gather for Sagittarius this month. Seems to be a conflict, so let's have a look. Conflict, right. Oh. Now I don't do reversals. This is one thing I have to say. I don't do reversals. What I do is basically read the spiritual energies of the cards as much as I do read the tarot, and more often than not, a reversal isn't going to change the spiritual energy or the message of the card to me. So other people, tarot readers, they do reversals, but it's an option for me, and I don't really feel that I need to do that. Oops. Also, I'm going to be using a rune, sorry, just in place of an oracle card this month. Okay, so let's have a look. Again, there is conflict. There is some conflict here. The Nine of Swords and the Six of Swords, though, indicate to me that you are going to have more of a spike in this rather than it being a constant throughout your month. And also, the fact that you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, that suggests that you're actually not going to have too much to worry about at all, to be honest. But they do want you to be aware of, I feel, the fact that you could feel trapped, or you could feel very anxious, or you could be worried about something in particular. It can be anything from worrying how you're going to be perceived by somebody, to worrying how you're going to be doing an exam or a test, or worrying how you resolve a problem. It just feels as though there's so many things that are weighing on your mind, and some of them may not be yours, your responsibilities to worry about. You could be really upset about a friend of yours who seems to not be being very well and all this kind of stuff, and that's obviously going to prey on your mind. But what they're trying to say here, if my papers would stop falling off, what they're trying to say here is that you are not in any way, shape or form responsible for healing everybody, or being the quiz master, the problem solver of everybody. I think sometimes you do have a little bit of a problem with accepting the fact that you can't be the problem solver to everything, because a lot of Sagittarians I know, and they're really nice people, you are really nice people, Sagittarius, but they always feel as though they know the answers. And sometimes if you don't know the answer to something in particular, it can really frustrate you, it can really annoy you, because you're the truth seekers, you're the ones that want to explore and find out the truth, and if you don't have an answer at the beginning of this month as to how to deal with things, or as to where you're going, or anything like that, it could put you in a state of a little bit of anxiety, and it could actually give you a little bit of, ooh. But as I say, this actual 3/4 of the reading here is saying that you will actually find the answers if you just kind of pause yourself. This says that I think you are going to have a high energy that's coming through for you. I do feel that you will be happy. I feel that there's a lot of work to be done inside and outside your home. this seems to be as though you are a little bit tired as well. I'm drawn to this particular figure as being the one mostly associated for you. You could be getting advice from other people, you could be just wanting to enjoy the company of friends, family, your own company, but it could be the fact that it's still kind of weighing on your mind. This basically says, do not allow that to weigh on your mind. Allow things to be coming full circle, because I feel that you are going to have confirmation that your previous efforts were rewarded, and also that you need to now focus on your own path and your own prosperity, your own security. There's so much going on in this card. Like, this lady's attending to the home, this lady seems to be, or gentleman, I'm not too sure, seems to be attending to this person here. She's connecting with an animal. There are so many different aspects. I feel this is your psyche, and you have so much going on, and in the middle you're just kind of tired. But this is a symbol not to give up on your dreams, not to give up on your ambitions, whether they be, I just want to go out to the shop this week and get myself out of the house. Even if it's that, it can be that simple and that massive, because to some people going out of the house is really, really scary stuff. So if you feel as though you want to achieve something this month, you will be able to. Six of Swords here again. Actually, I'm going to pick these two up because they basically are very similar sides of the same coin. So Six of Swords is very much about having to move away from stormy waters or a bad situation, just basically being guided to the right side of things. And Eight of Cups, this is more mental. This is more mental achievement. Eight of Cups is more emotional achievement. You've kind of said, right, I've stacked up all the lessons that I've done previously. I know what I do not need to do anymore, and now I'm moving on. And this could be started around a few months ago, maybe at the beginning of the year when we had an eclipse. But I do feel like you are now surmounting things which you started this year wondering about, and you're now actually going to surmount this in practice. You're going to surmount this as your own steps. It's almost like, I'm going to make my own way, I'm going to make myself get to the other side. I feel mentally and emotionally you are going to be fulfilled, and I feel that you're going to see whatever's been dragging you down. You do seem to be getting to this next level, this next stage. April, because it's the new start of the new zodiac as well. It's a new zodiac year in April. I feel like you may be expecting too much of yourself. Try to reduce the stress and strain that you put on yourself, because I don't feel that if your boss or if some friends or family members are expecting you to do everything else, don't add to that. Okay, just do what you can to the best of your ability, rather than doing what everybody else wants you to do and failing at that. Make sure you know your limitations this month. I mean, I do see some good things coming. I do see some good news. You are moving forwards from whatever you've been before, and also you're emotionally able to let go of things, which opens up to new energies. It opens up to new things coming through for you. I always say emotional cleansing is almost like a spring clean. You know, you can't put more clothes in the closet unless you have room. Similarly, you can't emotionally have more energies and more ups and downs if you just have no room for them in your heart or in your psyche. You can't process things if you're still hanging on to everything from the past. So I would recommend that this April, get into the swing of things and get into the spring of things, by just kind of clearing out all this energy, and you will feel so much better. Don't ignore that. This is what you should be focusing on, because that will pass. That will actually move to somewhere different, okay? So don't worry too much about that. Let's see what we're looking at when it comes to the runes. Now, I do a rune reading, on my Patreon, and the camera moved there, I don't know why. I do a rune reading on my Patreon every new moon. The last one didn't quite work because the video was corrupted, but I have a new laptop now. Thank you ever so much for everybody who donated. I have a new laptop, and well, it's a second-hand one, but it's new to me, and it has a working webcam and everything, so I'm going to be able to do that a bit more often now. Let's have a look though and see what Sagittarian. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes to pick this. Not that you can see me, but I am closing my eyes, and as I draw that shut and see what it. Oh, hello. This is a hero. So this is potential freedom. This is conclusions. I think somebody else has had this month as well. I can't quite remember. This is a conclusions. This is freedom. This is your potential coming through. This is you. Basically, it looks like DNA to me, so it always looks like DNA to me. So I feel like this is almost calling you to figure out what it is that's ingrained within you. I don't feel this is ingrained within you. This is more mental anxiety. This seems to be what you need to do. This is the freedom. This is the potential. Maybe it's a conclusion to that particular area, and now you're moving past it, because it's also kind of putting things to bed so you can kind of move on. It's endings and beginnings. This is almost like the infinity symbol, if you know, it's kind of like never-ending, sort of, basically. So if you had a stack of this, it could reach to infinity. So it's almost as though it's kind of saying you are going to undergo a new beginning. It may not go as planned, because Mercury's retrograde this month, but I do feel that you will be able to end the month with a lot happier refrain than you started it. And I actually do believe this could only be for a couple of days. This could only be for a couple of days, and then you're fine. But it's worth, having a look at and having to sort of work it out for yourself, Sagittarius. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck for April. What is it you've got planned? Are you already feeling that strain, or is it something that you feel will pass? Is there anybody placing pressures on you or anything like that? Let me know. Also, if you do want a reading from me, click the link below or get in touch and I'll be able to arrange something with you. Again, Patreon, ever so grateful for all the support that I receive from you on there, and I am going to be starting now at the laptop new readings for everybody who supports me through that. And again, thank you for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing. Absolute privilege to be able to do this for you, and I really do hope that you take care of yourselves this month and let me know how it goes. Take care, Sagittarius.